10 or 11-year-old out of Texas in tennis, and how he completely did whatever he wanted to me.
How'd you end up in a match with him?
We were just.
He was just on the courts?
It was men's night. His dad
brought him to.
He practiced.
Old men's
he practices there.
Okay.
His dad is picking him up and got into a conversation with the guy organizing. And he's like, "Yeah, y'all can play." His dad is worse than me. His son is incredible. Watching them play was painful until you hit it to the sun. And then it was like, oh my gosh, this is what tennis is supposed to look like. And they're high-fiving, they're having a good father-son moment. Yeah, that was humbling. That was humbling.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Everybody's seated now. What was the song?
It was Buy You a Drink, but it was the live version from the T-Pain live album from like 2 years ago. And it had me realize, one, it's like a 6-minute rendition with just a killer orchestration set in the middle. I think that live album is one of my top 3 favorite albums from the last 5 years. It never misses. It's so good. It's the set where he also did like, I think his cover of Tennessee Whiskey went really viral, and War Pigs went viral.
That's what's it called? Between the covers.
Yeah. So good.
2 years ago?
I know it was, the first time I listened to it was in the gym at the Washington-Michigan National Championship game. So whatever year that was.
And I think it came out.
It's one of those that I weirdly remember where I was when I first listened to it.
So I think that championship game was 23, but I think it came out at the end of the previous year. So maybe 22.
Like December 2022 into January 2023. Anyway, yeah, I was just thinking about that championship game because all we know is championship games without SEC teams. I don't even remember the SEC.
Listen, does it still mean more? Huh?
It means something.
Funny how when you increase the field, you find out like, oh, hey, maybe this one conference isn't the one in charge.
What's up, everybody? It is Friday, January 9th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, it is a Grizzlies game day. They face the Thunder tonight at FedEx Forum. They face the Brooklyn Nets at FedEx Forum on Sunday. Big Grizz weekend ahead. Big game last night in the college football playoff. The first of the 2 semifinals saw Miami take down Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. It'll always be the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl to me, but the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. We got another semifinal game tonight. We'll get into all of that. Lang Whitaker will join us as he does every Friday. We'll talk Grizz, we'll talk NBA, we'll talk football with him. We'll do our Dirty Dozen. It might be our last Dirty Dozen of the season. Not Dirty Dozen. Oh my gosh! Recaps of the season, our games of the weekend in college football and the NFL. We have a very special guest, I believe, joining us in our final segment today. That'll be a surprise to go into the weekend. It's a Friday. You know what we say. 1-0. 1-0. That's what Cristobal was doing all night. It's stuck in my head. 1-0. Yeah.
It's gonna be food.
Support your Grizzlies by voting for them to the 2026 All-Star Game.
Oh, eating with the big swat. On the deck, floats it up, off the glass and in. Cedric Power, yes sir!
Vote now by going to grizzlies.com/allstar.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat.
How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details. Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike? 2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night. Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, have it my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. We have made it through the first full week of 2026. Congratulations to us all. Big game in Memphis tonight. Thunder will be here, or at least some version of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Lots of guys sitting out for them, not counting chickens. Absolutely would not ever count chickens before they hatch. But perhaps the Grizzlies have a chance to snap a 15-game losing streak to Oklahoma City. You can also get a Super Grizz bobblehead if you come to tonight's game. So these are great. This little buddy will be hanging out with me. I know. The throwback Super
We got
Grizz.
light-skinned Super Grizz out here.
Got a nice little belt, nice little cape.
Cool little ridges. I
This
like
is one
that.
of the coolest bobbleheads that I now own.
Do we have those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is mine now.
Okay.
But if you come to tonight's game, you too can get a Super Grizz bobblehead, and you can also get a $4,000 necklace from Sissy's Log Cabin. I don't think CJ and I are eligible for that, but you are people of the world. Spice up your life. You're not a regular Joe. You could send your wife. I could send Chris.
Okay. Work around.
But I would never take
What do we
it.
have to do? Musical chairs,
No,
racing?
you just have to get a bobblehead.
So you get the bobblehead.
One of the bobbleheads has
the necklace on?
Yes.
So you're telling me I show up to this game tonight
Yes.
and I'm one of the first however many fans.
Yes.
I get that cool ass bobblehead.
And maybe
And
a $4,000 necklace.
maybe a $4,000 necklace.
Yes. It's like a Grizz dog tag with diamonds on it.
Are you kidding?
No. Have you missed the read? Have you missed the promotion? Send everyone you know. You could share it. It could be a Sisterhood of the Traveling Grizz chain.
Oh, I've got to find where these things are being stored at.
Of course you go there.
I have to.
Of course you go there.
Why leave it a chance? We got to Ocean's 11 this thing, Jessica.
I'm not
GCM,
Ocean's
we
11ing
got
my
to-
own place of employment, you
Why
psycho. And I'm
not?
certainly not talking about it.
Okay,
What are you, one of the Louvre thieves?
maybe. Probably.
God.
Yes. But we could Ocean's 11 it, right?
I think it'd be very fun to do a fake.
You've got the glasses
I do.
on. You've
I
got
come
glasses
prepared.
on. So you're the tech one. You're the tech one.
That's me figuring out the tech, so I'm
Now, who
clearly
else?
prepared for
What
this.
other roles are there? And somebody's got to be the diversion.
Someone has to be the one who falls from the sky, like Lady Gaga Super Bowl style.
Oh, who's doing that?
You know, like, Pow!
I don't think Gary's doing that.
No, I don't think he's in on that.
Bennett?
That feels like a Devin move.
Well, we need somebody small.
Devin's young,
we need somebody small to fit into the tight quarters. And isn't that Devin?
Yeah, I guess.
Like somebody that we can hide in a box and then they just pop out of the box?
Maybe. Out of the box. Anyway, outside of that, we'll be getting our plans going during the breaks today. Grizzlies Thunder tonight. Grizzlies Nets on Sunday. We will obviously get into all the ins and outs of the Grizzlies weekend, but wanted to start with the game last night. I love when I am rewarded for staying up way past my bedtime, and last night's Fiesta Bowl certainly qualifies as Miami beats Ole Miss 31-27 to advance to the national championship game. The last team into the playoff this year is now into the championship game. First time that we have ever had a double-digit seed in the championship game in the college football playoff. Miami is the first team ever to appear in a college football championship game without having won a conference championship in the conference that they currently reside in. So no ACC championships for Miami, but they will make an appearance in the national championship. How's that?
No matter what
that stat.
No matter what that was going to be the case, correct? Because Ole Miss has never won the SEC.
Right. So there you go.
Well, in this era, they won in like 60.
I think they count those.
Okay.
In the stat that I saw, that was counted.
Okay.
And it would have been not Oregon or Indiana because both of them have won the Big Ten.
Got you. Okay, that's cool.
You know, Oregon, classic Big Ten champion, as we always have. Sad for Ole Miss. I know we have a lot of Ole Miss fans locally. We work with a lot of Ole Miss fans. They are everywhere in the Memphis area. They continue to get to say they were the wildest story of the college football playoff. The team who lost their coach before the postseason began proceeded to get to the semifinals anyway, but their magical season comes to an end. Everybody is looking at that last shot at the end zone from Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss and asking, was it pass interference? And I am with you, CJ. Call the wambulance. Both of those guys, they're grabbing at each other. It's 1 versus 1. It's defensive back versus wide receiver. Does he grab his jersey? Sure. Does the wide receiver push off? Yes. Some people are saying it's not a Hail Mary, so it needs to be officiated. No, I don't care one way or the other. I do not want a game decided on a call like that. And it wouldn't have necessarily decided the game, as Ole Miss would have then had a shot from the 20-yard line to try to win this thing. But it was a great play. They almost got it. They come up short. That's the end. That's the way the cookie crumbles. It does not move me to a place of being egregiously upset. I like officials swallowing the whistle in that case and not being the main storyline, and those officials were really flirting with entering into being a big part of the storyline last night. Now, I do get, if you are an Ole Miss fan, have your way with it. You can absolutely sit here this morning and say, that was clearly pass interference. We should have had another opportunity. We're rigged. The game is rigged. The officials are against us. Everything's against us. I just personally cannot move from that space because, like, what are we doing?
Man, stop it. Quit it. You got handled. You got handled out there.
Miami should have won that game by 17 points.
And give them full credit.
Yes.
Give them credit. This was a great game, and it shouldn't have been. This is the go-ahead touchdown scored by Beck on some pretty poor discipline as it pertains to rushing the quarterback. That defensive end just gets way too wide out there trying to make a play. But, like, you lost the time of possession if you're Ole Miss about 41 minutes to 18. 41 minutes to 18? Like, come on, man.
It got to a point in the fourth quarter where you're just asking, can Ole Miss get the ball?
Look at that.
To have the opportunity.
Look at that. Jacob, can you go to my favorite part in that and just pause it?
What is your favorite part?
Can we get it back, Jacob? Because I saw this and I gasped a couple of times. Late last night, my wife is in bed trying not to disturb her. This moment right here. Like, I saw in real time this. Look at that. And understand that is a bubble screen, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive linemen out in front just gobbling up Ole Miss defensive backs. That I was really, really, really impressed by not just Miami's offensive line, but Ole Miss's offensive line as well. That defensive front from Miami causes havoc in the way that they kept Chambliss upright and pretty much kept him from feeling any sort of real pressure until a couple of plays in the fourth quarter. That was so impressive. The that game was so much fun. Those defensive fronts and now those offensive fronts in particular were great. We're going to talk about the skill players because those are the ones who score the touchdowns and get the points. But I want to make sure we shout out those offensive lines and defensive lines.
They deserve it. In the list of Miami should have won that game handedly, and again, I'm not taking away from the game Ole Miss played. Trinidad Chambliss was terrific in the fourth quarter. The number of potential interceptions that Miami dropped last night was absurd. The one that was right in that dude's hands, you're just like, oh my God, you're giving Ole Miss the game. Like, you should be up significantly. You gave up 4 potential picks in that game. 4 of them. And they were just killing them on third down all night, Miami was, and you still had a game at the end. Shout out to Carson Beck. The game-winning drive from him was really, really good. 15 plays, 75 yards. Ole Miss had just taken a 3-point lead. You're thinking, can Miami just get in field goal territory? Maybe we're looking at an overtime situation. And instead, you have Carson Beck capping it off with the run we just saw, the 18-yarder, where he just knows this is what I'm supposed to do right now. And for Miami to have paid him millions of dollars to come in and for him to have that big of a drive, the biggest of drives in the moment that it mattered the most for Miami to get them to a national championship was just massive. Like, he finally gets to start in a title game. He rode the bench for one twice at Georgia. That will be a wild trivia stat someday because even though he rode the bench for it, he has 2 national championships at Georgia. So if Miami were to win a national title, Carson Beck would have 3 college football championships.
Yeah.
Someone will have that trivia someday. Everyone will be like, I have no idea who that is. It's Carson Beck, duh.
John Sally's got how many?
Carson Beck.
Doing the exact same sort of, I think Sally's got like 4 or 5 doing the exact same sort of thing, just riding the bench.
Maybe.
Either way it goes, Beck had a really good, really good game. Why don't you blitz there? 2 things on that last drive. 1, you don't play for the effing field goal. Go down there and score a damn touchdown. Why are we playing for field goals? That's playing for field goals is how Tennessee ended up losing to Georgia. Right? Like that, you play to score the points. And if you're driving and you're Miami, you're driving down the field, they could have throttled it off, wasted the clock, and then kicked the field goal, force overtime. But why do that when you're that close? When you're that close, go out there and win it. That's what we do all of these practices for. That's what we do all of these conditioning drills for. That's why we're in the weight room. That's why we do all of these different things in March and in May and in June, July, August. That's why we do all of this. Go out there and get a damn touchdown. So one great call by Cristobal to go out there and try and score. Other coaches would have failed at that, and then had the kicker miss. We'd be talking about the field goal kicker missing the kick and blowing the opportunity. Go out there and win the damn game with your offense, for crying out loud. 1. I forget. I'm so worked up about that. I forgot what blitz the damn quarterback.
Awesome.
When he converted, after converting the 3rd and 6?
Yes.
The 3rd and 6?
Another third down.
Is, hey, yo, listen, you can drop whatever you want to in coverage. He is just picking you apart. Rush 2 more dudes, send 6 at him, and pray that you hold up, because you're not stopping him either doing it the other way. Go out there and make him uncomfortable, and let's see what he can do. And they just sat back constantly in that game. Ole Miss did, not just the last drive, but all game long. I come in here this morning, and you're not in just yet. Jacob, CJ, yelling at me. Yes, Jacob, I thought I messed up. He's like, why the hell didn't Ole Miss bring somebody into the box? Because they were getting gashed on the run also. Almost 200 yards rushing given up on 51 carries? Like, come on, man. At a certain point, you've got to make the adjustment, and you got to take something away. You can't allow for Miami to beat you both in the run game and in the pass game. Take something away.
I was sad that Malachi Tony catch didn't count. I thought it should have counted by the rule of cool. That was a sick catch. Come on, his toe was technically down before the heel. Did he land with the foot?
No, I can't.
It was so cool. We get more Malachi Tony, so it's fine. He has opportunities galore.
I can't, Jessica. It's knowing what a catch is hard enough. Things
I
used to know.
If it makes you feel like that.
If you ask me, CJ, do you know what a catch is? I'll say yes. CJ, do you know what we talked about this yesterday? CJ, do you know what a continuation foul is? I'd say yes. CJ, do you know what close is? I'd say yes, But now, due to recent events, I really don't
You
know what
say, I
either
don't
one of
know.
those things are anymore.
You live in a world of ambiguity.
If we're doing the toe heel thing, I didn't know. Let's just leave it. It was a nice catch, though. Just
such a nice
leave it, though. Leave it.
Miami will be without their safety to start the national championship game. I hated that targeting call. Miami lost guys. That was the thing. Like, they just kept having things happen between losing players, the guy getting kicked out for the targeting. Cristobal said half their team had the flu, so that's not fun to deal with either.
I thought that, for me on that targeting, I thought dude slipped, and that's what led to the
I just thought he was trying to make a tackle.
He was trying to make the tackle. The ball carrier slips and goes down awkwardly, and you just can't predict that.
There were a lot of slips last night.
Yeah,
Oh.
but oh well.
Wet field. Anyway, the Ole Miss football season will go down as one of absolute lore. And I said yesterday, like, if they had won it all, it would have been Greek mythology levels of storytelling for Lane Kiffin and his fatal pride. But it still holds a place of so much drama and headlines, and then 2 excellent playoff games. They win the first 2 playoff games, one against Tulane, which was not a great game, but that game against Georgia was an absolute banger. They win the Sugar Bowl. They come up short last night against Miami. And I do think no matter who wins the national championship, the main character of the college football season championship, which is an award I just came up with in my head, goes to Ole Miss. Like, this sport is so dang kooky. And yes, there was a real push for Michigan to take over that storyline late in the season with everything that happened with Sharon Moore. But you just look at what this year was for Ole Miss, and I know it's disappointing to lose that game. You want to make it to the national championship. But to see Pete Golding be not the stepdad, but the dad who stepped up and lead them to a place where they're competing for it. Trinidad Chambliss, if he can get that eligibility, he's coming back. Lacey is coming back. That touchdown run from Lacey early on. It was never the same after he clearly came up a little gimp after that, then left the game, tried to come back into the game. But Ole Miss, through a very devastating process where you lose your head coach in the middle of a season where you were trying to chase a championship.
Not in the middle. At the very end.
The final
at the very
fourth.
end. Losing in the middle is like, okay.
It's different.
We've lost the coach. They lost him. They played the Egg Bowl, and he was like, see, you wouldn't want to be you. He just left at the very end of the regular
I would say
season.
the conversation started boiling.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks before the Egg Bowl is when it began trending upwards to a crescendo of where he was going to leave. Anyway, someday we'll get the documentary. It'll involve all the yoga instructors and everything else along the way. But congrats to Ole Miss. You have something to be proud of. Sorry to the SEC. You are 1-8 against Power 4 teams in the bowl season, and you are 0-3 in the playoff. And now the SEC hasn't gone to a title game in 3 straight years, and has 2 Big Tenors.
Oh, hell no.
Operating
you can be a
in
Big Tenor.
SEC country.
You can be a Big Tenor if you
I'm
want to.
a Big Tenor.
You got it. I hate them too. F that conference. Bunch of damn crybabies. Oh no, you stole our sign. Shut up. Nobody cares.
I just wanted to say that next year when inevitably somebody gets up there and tries to make a case for 10 SEC teams making it to the college football playoff, let's just remember. Let's just remember that they haven't won one in 3 years.
If you pick good teams in, let them play it out. That's the best way to do it. Don't play these games in your head.
Play them on the field.
Put Virginia on the field and let's see. Let's see.
Virginia?
Put Illinois on the field and let's see. Throw Iowa on the field and let's just see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Let's just see. Throw Miami on the field. Let's see what happens.
That's crazy. Miami now gets to play in their
Miami
home city.
We would, people during the season would say, hey, you know what? The ACC is probably the 3rd, maybe you could argue the 4th of the power conferences, right? They might be the worst power conference, and they beat 2 SEC teams to get to this point. Without winning the ACC.
Yeah. Hey. They lost to SMU.
It just means more.
They lost to Louisville. You want to know who beat SMU in Louisville?
Who?
Cal. Transitive property.
Hey.
The ACC transitive property. All right, we have Mr. SEC coming in next. Lang Whitaker will join us. We will talk about this Grizzlies homestand that continues tonight against the Thunder, continues this weekend against the Nets. We'll get his thoughts on all that and more after a quick break.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live. Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
Who have you leaned on the most in terms of asking questions? Because there's always a fine line, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be the rookie that's annoying people.
Exactly.
On the other hand, you want to be a sponge.
You can ask any of the guys. Like, I'm asking, it'd be random games where I'm sitting next to Ty or Ja or Scotty, and I'm like, hey, bro, what would you would have done right there? Like, what do you feel like you would have did in that situation? Boom, 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 I probably would have did this. I'm like, all right, cool, I got it locked in now.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizz Nation, Friday nights just got a whole lot better. Introducing Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, grab a terrace-level ticket to the Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. Get great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. It's everything you need to start your weekend off right. So get the deal that's too cold to hold. Go to grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets today.
It is Friday. That means it's time to catch up with Len Whitaker. He joins us every Friday. He joins us now. Obviously, a busy Grizzlies week ahead, but I have to know, even though I already kind of know because I read your Grind City Media newsletter that you can subscribe to and get it in your email inbox every Friday. But who were you rooting for last night? Your former quarterback in Carson Beck, former Georgia quarterback, or Ole Miss, the team that beat Georgia, where you went to the Sugar Bowl with your son. You had to be there at that game. I won't say had to be there. It was a great game. Got to go to the Sugar Bowl. So where did you find your allegiance last night?
There was a lot of schadenfreude in my house last night watching that game. I was rooting for the SEC, basically. The best conference in football.
You can't still say that.
Why not? Why
Like
can't I say that?
You went 1-8 against Power Four teams in the bowl
sick of
season.
people.
Like every major team that the SEC played worth a damn with a pulse lost. Tennessee
Fake
does
news.
not. Fake news. Tennessee does not have a win against a team with a
Tennessee
winning
sucks.
record. Okay, but you weren't saying Tennessee sucks during the season. You were like, oh, Georgia got that big win over Tennessee, and Tennessee's pretty good. Right? Like, this revisionist history,
I was rooting for the
can't
SEC.
be happening.
And,
you can root for them. They're still losers. What are we talking
That's
about?
how they've done this all these years.
I don't have anything against Carson Beck because, like, it's not like he, like, screwed over Georgia by transferring. Like, it was sort of a mutual thing, right? And the dude's in his 7th season of college football. He spent a long time at Georgia. He won 2 titles at Georgia.
I know.
It's fine. He won an SEC title actually playing. The titles at Georgia, the national titles he won, he didn't play. But he won the SEC championship last year playing for Georgia. So, like, I don't have any beef with him leaving and getting $4.5 million in the portal. The one thing that I do have beef with is how there's this narrative of, oh, it was such a hard time for him at Georgia. He went through a lot at Georgia. Like what? What did he go through? He won multiple national titles and won an SEC. Like he did a lot, and then he got millions of dollars to go to Miami.
Right.
Like let's put that away.
Okay.
But I was rooting for Ole Miss. Like also like when your team loses to a team, you want the team that beats you to go as far as possible because it makes your team look better. Right?
It's like the theory of if you break up with somebody,
you want them to date someone hotter.
You want them to. Well, no, I was going to say like if you leave somebody for somebody else.
Yeah.
I've always wondered if that person is rooting for you and the person that you left them for to make it.
No,
because then at least it was for something.
When you're dating somebody and they break up with you, like you just want the worst for them.
Fine.
Right?
But I'm saying the
Like-
very specific case where they know who they got broken up with for.
Right.
So do you want that
No,
to
you
work
just want
so it
bad,
wasn't a waste?
You want bad for that
for
person
everything?
too.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
So I was rooting for Ole Miss last night. Although I have to say, when Miami scored that touchdown at the end of the game, there was a little part of me, and the crowd went crazy. I flashed back to being in the Superdome last week, and the Ole Miss kicker made the field goal to win the game. And the noise that came up from the Ole Miss side of the stadium, and that was like the most heartbreaking part of it, like this roar from the crowd as their guy. Like it was like not just like a cheer, it was like glee and like, you know, like we did it.
Absolute elation.
Yeah,
You
it was
won.
amazing. And I was like, I was jealous of that noise. I was like, oh, that. I
And
wish
now you
that
know
was
that
me.
those fans
Right
had
in the
to
heart. And they had to hear it
experience-
from Miami last night. And so part of me was like, that felt pretty good.
Yeah, it's a complicated thing. But you get Miami into the national championship game. It'll either be Indiana or Oregon to face them there.
I think so, don't you?
I have said it multiple times this morning where I'll be like, just casually to Chris while we were getting ready. Well, when Miami plays Indiana, this will be the storyline. Like I was talking about how it'll be Miami versus Fernando Mendoza, who went to high school across the street from the stadium. How cool is it to have? And Chris goes, do you know something I don't know?
Yeah.
So I just have a feeling, you know.
Does
Otherwise,
Chris
you're
not
getting
watch-
the
does
Mario
Chris-
Cristobal.
Does Chris not watch college football? Like, I mean, we've seen Indiana destroy people all year long and through this playoffs.
And beat Oregon. But it is hard to beat a team twice in a season, although Ole Miss did it to Tulane. And I don't know.
I don't think
All
it's that
signs
hard.
trend towards it being Indiana.
I think it's harder
Miami.
to beat a team 3 times. Like doing it twice is not like
As hard.
It's the third time is the hardest part.
Well,
But
during Indiana, Oregon tonight, we will be watching some iteration of Grizzlies Thunder.
for the third time.
For the third
this
time.
season.
And the Thunder have won. You can say it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, but the Thunder have beaten the Grizzlies.
I guess 6 times.
It's 15
Yeah.
if you count last year's sweep
Yeah.
in the playoffs. 11 if you count the regular season. You look at the injury report and no SGA, no Isaiah Hartenstein, no Chet Holmgren. Caruso is questionable. No Cason Wallace.
Jalen Williams is playing. The long hair
J
one.
Dub is playing.
Yeah.
Jay Will
The one
is
with the Y
out.
is out. Yeah,
Yes.
or he's doubtful. I think.
Arkansas, Jalen
Yeah.
Williams is
I just spent time putting together the rundown for tonight's warm-up show, so I was like studying the injury report. So yeah, there's a lot of guys.
Yes. Hopefully Cedric Howard can come back. He's
Yeah.
questionable. Vince Williams Jr. questionable.
Conchar was on the doubtful.
Conchar upgraded to
Yeah.
doubtful coming off of his thumb surgery. John Morant downgraded to out after
Yeah.
we had seen him. I think it was 3 straight games where he was questionable and then ultimately ruled out with the calf contusion. He is out for tonight's game. Just where do you look at the chance for this team tonight? I certainly don't want to look at it as, oh, the Thunder are down a lot of bodies because you just can't get away with that.
Yeah, so like the Thunder being down 6 starters or whatever it is and half their rotation, does that mean they only win by 20? Like because they've been blowing everybody out the first part of the year. They won 24 of their first 25 games. Like no matter who was playing, they would go out there and play their style of basketball and knock people out. I mean, they still have Jalen Williams, the
he
All-Star.
has struggled a bit
He's
since
had, like,
coming
coming back from the
back,
wrist thing.
and it correlated with them falling off of that super train towards beating the Warriors 73 regular season wins. And so there has been some discussion of what has been the issue with him. I hear that and I say, oh, great. He'll have his get-right game and be the only one available of the main guys. And
well, you know who else is not on that list? Lou Dort, who, like, I was kind of hoping he'd be on the list so we don't have any more guys get injured. He's not on the list. So, you know, he's one of their main guys. Isaiah Joe always lights us up. There's all these random
AJ
dudes.
Mitchell feels like
there's
it
all these
could always
random
be
Thunder
there.
guys who come in and kill us every time we play them.
I thought the way that you just categorized this period of time for the Grizzlies was nice in your newsletter.
Thank you. I was
because, well, I think we're all struggling because you get to a point of what do you say? Because you can only say so many times, we cannot properly evaluate this team until they are fully healthy.
Yeah.
And you certainly hope that the fully healthy is somewhere around the corner. Maybe when you're going to Europe, maybe there's some opportunity, or when you come back from Europe, there's some. I mean, you just hope
we can do
eventually.
like that platelet treatment in Europe. You know, like
the specialty stuff that we're not allowed to do
T-Mac and
over
those guys
here.
used to fly over there and get it done. Like maybe we could get that done. I thought Coach Isola the other night pregame. I don't remember if you were in there or not. That was one of the first times I felt like he's kind of reached his.
It was before the Spurs game.
Yeah.
When he talked about the. What was the word that he used over and over again?
Searching.
Yeah, we're searching for rotations.
Well,
for
so they won the
roles.
Spurs game.
Yes.
And then the last game, the Phoenix game, before the game, I asked him, I was like, hey, you said you guys were searching before that Spurs game. You win the game. And I know he always brings up sample size. So I said, like, we'll put a disclaimer in here about sample size. But do you feel like that win against the Spurs helped you guys at all in this search you're going through? And he said no. I was like, oh, okay.
Solid.
He eventually gave me more of an answer, but
the first inclination was
it was
no.
the first time. Like, and he also somebody was like, what do you when you're in this situation? I think Drew Hill from the Daily Memphian asked him, have you ever been in a situation where so many players were injured before? And he said, I've had a couple of times in Europe and other teams where we had lots of injuries. And they were like, how do you avoid it? And he was like, you just have to avoid it. You can't get in that situation. So it was the first time I felt like he was kind of like, all right. Like he's been pretty like, you know, straightforward throughout this whole thing. And like we do what we do. Yeah.
Vision sometimes takes
the other night was the
backseat
first
to
time I felt like he
term.
was kind of like pissed. Like he was like, all right, like what do we like, you know.
It gets to
I
a
don't
point.
know if that was like maybe related to the jaw thing.
Right.
Because, you know, then we all thought going into that game there was a chance Ja was going to play, and he said he was a game time thing, and then he didn't play, and now he's out. So I wonder if there was something happened in the pregame with Ja that like ruled him out for the game.
Well, you know, all of a sudden that happens, and everybody's big brains start activating this time of year. And I'm like, listen, just ride with it as it is. And right now, he's out tonight against the Thunder, and hopefully Sunday against the Nets. Maybe there's a chance that he can play, and we won't get an update until we hear more.
But if he doesn't play Sunday, like that gives you almost a week
before your
like,
first game.
Yeah,
in
like
Berlin.
it gives you more time off,
right?
You know, to recover.
Well, I would assume there has to be a pretty heavy desire to have him available to play in Europe. You would think there is so much.
And the NBA tweeted out a photo of him and their
marketing
promo
around
for the
this
game.
Right,
yesterday.
he is the biggest
between
the Magic and the Grizzlies. He is the biggest name to hopefully be playing in that game. Like, yes, of course, you schedule Berlin because of the Wagner brothers.
Maybe they're more famous.
Paulo
in
Banchero
Germany.
is a growing, and they're a better team right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not trying to detract. They are a contender in the Eastern Conference this year, but the biggest star. And especially international. I will never forget traveling internationally, and you go into various sports goods stores or thrift stores, NBA-related stores, somewhere where jerseys would be sold.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of LeBron, you see a lot of Steph in terms of current players.
Yeah.
When you're in Europe, you see a lot of Giannis, you see a lot of Jokic, you see a lot of Luka, and you'll see Ja still to this day, and you see his shoes.
Ja jersey in Dubai in 2019. I was there like right before COVID, and I was like, oh, okay. The thing with Ja that gets me is like the NBA will tweet out these photos of him, and then like last year there was all this stuff. Oh, the most highlights that we had all year, the most seen highlight was Ja Morant.
Yeah,
and
one of his dunks.
But then he gets like the worst whistle of any superstar in the NBA, drives to the rim over and over and over, and never shoots free throws. Like, I don't know. There's sort of a weird disconnect there to me between those two things. You would think the NBA would try to keep him on the court, but they don't seem to be interested in that.
You, in not being able to, in searching, we'll use Isolo's word, in searching for takeaways from these last two games without being able to really do overarching themes for the team
Yeah.
this season. Looked at 2 individuals, and one was Gigi Jackson and one was Javon Small.
Yeah.
Gigi's now started 2 games, and I would assume if Cedric Howard is back in the lineup, he'll move back to the bench. But what have you seen from Gigi through this stretch that leads you to be hopeful that maybe he will find his way into the rotation?
You know, like the thing, I couldn't write this in the newsletter because it was too hard to explain in words, in just the written thing. There was a play the other night in the first quarter where the ball swung around the perimeter. Gigi was on the wing. Jalen Wells was in the corner. And Gigi could have kicked it to Jalen Wells in the corner, but he caught it and drove to the basket and got fouled or whatever. There was some sort of whistle. And he turned to Jalen Wells after the whistle and was like, "Hey, like I saw you, but and Jalen was like, "It's good. Like that's what we want. We want you going to the basket." And I've seen that more this season from Gigi than I think we've ever seen. Like he's not settling for those 3-pointers, which you know he's had a couple of those, but it seems like the last couple of years there was a lot of times where Gigi would get it on the perimeter, and his goal was just figure out how to get a 3-pointer off. And now he's playing downhill a lot more. Getting to the basket. And then I like the way they've been trying to use him defensively. He's guarded point guards a lot the last 2 weeks. And it's a process. He's learning. He's not like, you know, Alex Caruso at it. But he is getting better at it, and he's got the size and the speed and all that stuff. Like, why can't he be a really good point of attack defender for the Grizzlies? So I really liked watching him these last couple of weeks.
What's the best case scenario for the Grizzlies in these 2 games before they leave for
2
Europe?
wins?
Right.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Of course, 2 wins technically, but just getting bodies
Nobody
back. Nobody else
hurt.
gets hurt. That's it's sad, but that's how you go into these games now because you're hopefully on the cusp of Ty Jerome coming back, of maybe Zach Edey being reevaluated shortly, of eventually getting Ja back, and you just look at it as please don't have this be another situation of injury gods giveth, injury gods taketh.
The real killer was when Cedric Howard got hurt.
That did feel like a turning point. You've got
in
to be
LA,
kidding me.
like he's on the big stage. He's playing his ass
on.
off though. Yeah, like he was so good in the start of that game. I've actually liked the way like he gets somebody. It might have been Chris Harrington said he's like a heat-seeking missile going to the basket. Like he just gets the ball and just goes to the rim. Like he doesn't really have a lot of moves or anything. He just goes to the rim. And now he's kind of figured out, it seems like the last month or two, like, hey, I can get a lot of rebounds. And he's really piled up rebounds and gone after these loose balls. And that game in LA, he looked so good at the start of that game. You're like, oh, we're going to win this game because of Cedric Howard. And then he goes down and you know, this again. So I really want to see him get back in there and get to play. I want Zach Edey to get back, get to play. Like Ja to get back, get to play. Like there's so many bodies that we haven't seen. We haven't seen Ty Jerome and Scottie Pippen all season. Like there's 2 rotation guys. I wrote about Javon Small in that newsletter because he was so good the other night against Phoenix. Finished with 14 and 7. Like if everyone's healthy, like he probably doesn't play.
He's not getting any of that run.
Yeah,
right.
like so I'd like to see everyone healthy, and I don't know. But it does feel like we're inching closer to that.
Well, I hope we have a normal basketball game tonight and not any sort of game like the one that happened in Chicago. Did you see what happened in the Bulls? Have you ever seen a weather event postpone an NBA game?
I wrote about, I'm going to have Mike Wallace talk about this tonight on the warm-up show because he and I have been around for a long time. And so I was thinking, like, what's the weirdest delay we've ever seen? I don't know what Mike's going to answer. I think for me, the weirdest delay was there was a playoff game in Atlanta a couple of years ago, and they used to have a hawk fly into the arena like Auburn does. You know, Auburn football has a war eagle fly in from the top and lands on the field. They have the person out there with the glove. The Hawks used to have a hawk fly down from the top of the arena, and they had a person at half court with the glove on.
With the hawk.
And I can't remember who they were playing in the playoffs. It might have been the Heat. The hawk flew down and didn't go to the trainer, and instead landed on top of the shot clock, and they couldn't get the hawk off the shot clock. This live predator was sitting on top of the shot clock waiting for the game to start. And eventually it went over and landed in the stands, like on the railing in the middle of the stands, and everyone was terrified, and they had to start the game because they were like, what's going on? So they're playing a game with a live hawk in the crowd, but that caused a delay. So that was one of the – I've seen that before a couple times randomly throughout the years where – the ice under the court causes condensation. I don't know if I've seen it like cancel a game though.
They tried for hours to get that game going before eventually postponing it. I thought back to the fire alarm game here between the Grizzlies and the Bucks. It was a preseason game, so it really didn't matter.
Was that the game
ultimately.
where the sauna caught on fire? There was a game here where the sauna caught on fire. That might have been before you were here.
Yeah, that was when I was still in local news.
Yeah, there was one game where the sauna caught fire a couple hours before the game, and they had to evacuate the
I don't know
arena.
what. I think this one was just a false alarm, fire alarm. But I remember Giannis walking across the court with a giant tray of wings.
Yeah, he took him out of the locker room. Yeah.
He was just ready to eat.
Yeah.
That was the probably most bizarre in person.
Wasn't
I've
it here where
experienced.
Giannis discovered the lemon pepper wet wings?
Yes.
Remember that? And he
Yes.
like raved about those. Those and smoothies are like two of his big American discoveries that he's gone crazy about.
Did you see Giannis's athletic interview?
I did. I also this morning saw a Huggies commercial with Giannis on
those
TV.
are two very different things.
And
Unless
my
you
son,
consider that he is hugging his team.
it was him and a baby, and he's walking around with. And I turned him. It was on ESPN this morning, and I turned and I was like, "Is that Giannis in a Huggies commercial? Like, what? Do they think that's going to make people buy diapers? I don't know. It was a very strange.
He does have a lot of kids.
He apparently had his daughter in the commercial. He has a baby in the commercial, and he's dribbling a ball and putting diapers on. It's strange.
The whole point was he won't request a trade.
Yeah, but he can't request it publicly, at least.
And he said he'll never do it. It's not in his nature.
Well, he's not. He
But
can't.
we all know.
He'll get fined. You know, the last person was who got. I read this yesterday on somewhere. The last NBA player who requested a trade to a specific place and got fined $100,000 for it was James Harden when he said he wanted to go to the Clippers. Because apparently, like this Trae Young thing with the Hawks and the Wizards, like his people said to the Hawks, "Hey, we think Washington's a good fit," but like you can't come out publicly and say that stuff. And so Giannis is never going to come out publicly and say, "I want to get traded."
Right.
There's a pretty good chance if he wants to get traded, someone who works for him will go to the Bucks and say, "Giannis wants to get traded."
Yes, please don't let it be to the Oklahoma City Thunder. What did you
I would
make
if I was the
of
Thunder. When you do that, you have 100 draft picks. You have all these young guys. Like trade Jalen Williams and 5 first-round picks.
And go in for another one this year.
You still got SGA. You still got Chet Holmgren. You'll have Giannis for the next whatever.
You have your 2 rookies who haven't played this year.
Even if you trade 5 first-round picks, you still have 3 more or 4 more or something. Like I mean, I don't know. I would do it if I was the Thunder.
What did you make as someone who used to live in Atlanta once upon a time of the Trae Young trade? That still isn't official. Do we know
it's
why?
Weird. No, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe Kispert or CJ McCollum's hurt or something. I don't know. It's not like, to me, it wasn't like when Dominique Wilkins got traded. And I saw someone yesterday tweeted like they're like Trae Young's a top 3 Atlanta Hawk of all time, and I was like, no. I mean, I would put Dominique Wilkins ahead of him. Bob Pettit's in the Hall of Fame. Keme Mutombo might be above him of all time. Trae Young went to the playoffs twice.
CJ has gotten out of his seat.
All right.
Doc Rivers, like what are we talking about?
I wouldn't put Doc Rivers on that list.
Joe Johnson.
Johnson.
What's Smooth's name?
Josh Smith.
Josh Smith. What are we talking about here?
I mean, Trae Young took a team to the Eastern Conference Finals. No Hawks team has ever they had never won a game in the Eastern Conference Final until Trae Young got there.
Yeah.
They went to the Eastern Conference Finals that one year and got swept by the Cavs. But Trae Young got them to the Eastern Conference. All right, I'll give him some props for that. And they went to the playoffs a couple times. But I don't know. I think it's a good, I saw one of the Wizards, beat writers say, he's probably not going to play for the Wizards, which is weird too. I think he would be a good fit on the Wizards team.
Right. We talked about this yesterday. If that's the case, then the concern is that Trae Young makes the Wizards too good of a team, and then they're flirting with being above 500 and ultimately not being able to, they would have to give that pick to the Knicks.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they're going to.
But then I also heard someone make the argument before that report came out that I thought was a fair point of this notion that the Wizards treat these vets coming in very well. Anyone who's been there has talked about CJ McCollum most recently saying, hey, this was a good place to be. And if you get that kind of reputation, then you have someone like a Trae Young and his people seeking out. I know a lot of people like to dunk on the word.
Marcus Smart too, though.
Right.
Yeah.
People like to dunk on wants to go play for the Wizards, but if they create an environment, and one would imagine that a part of that, though, would be Trae Young playing. Trae Young doesn't want to ride the bench for the rest of the year.
No, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wants to rest and, get right for next year.
You can always find some kind of an injury.
You know who was probably the most excited about that thing? Chris Middleton. Middleton sees CJ McCollum go to Atlanta. He's like, all right, who's next? Let's go.
Who wants to make a deal?
I'm ready to go to a contender. So.
Yeah, it's this time of year is always.
And the Hawks have, they've been better without Trae Young.
Factual.
Yeah,
significantly better without Trae Young.
A lot better without Trae Young. So, I mean, it's a weird situation for everybody. I mean, the weirdest part is Trae Young got traded on draft night for Luka Doncic. and then he gets traded for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert.
And no draft.
No picks nothing else. So,
did you say Lenny Wilkins?
Did he play for the Hawks?
Yeah.
He coached.
What are we doing with Al Horford?
I mean, all those guys are great. Like, none of them were Al Horford, Doc Rivers. None of them were the best player on the team, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were okay. I mean, I would put Mutombo on there, and even though he was the best player on those Hawks team, but like he got the ball in the post, and you had to sit there and wait for him to back somebody down twice a quarter. But I would Joe Johnson I would put on there though ahead of him. Like ISO Joe was unbelievable.
Jacob says Kyle Korver was a dog.
No.
Okay. I told him that beforehand. He was arguing back and forth with me. Thank you, Lane.
Yeah.
CJ just wants to make sure that was a Jacob take, not a CJ take. Lang, we will see you tonight
Let's
for
see
the
it.
warm-up
We'll do it.
at FedEx Forum. Grizzlies, Thunder, 7 o'clock. Warm-up show starts at 6 o'clock. All the
do it.
Grind City Media happenings, all the 92.9 happenings, all the FanDuel Sports
Whatever.
Southeast happenings. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We will do our RAGGOWs, our, I think, final real games of the weekend in college football and the NFL. We have one playoff game tonight. We have wild card weekend ahead in the NFL, and still ahead a very special guest. The Brooklyn Nets are in town. That means someone else is in town. She will join us in the last segment. Still ahead.
The world needs B2K.
B2K's breakup was a huge shock to their fans.
Boys for Life Tour. The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Field goal percentage up, 3-point field goal percentage up, points up, rebounds up. How would you describe your second season so far?
I feel like in my head, my standard's a little higher than that. I feel like my percentage should be a lot more up, 3-point percentage a lot more up. And but I'll take it. You see the positives and things.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
Memphis. Monday Night Raw returns with non-stop action, unmatched energy, and the superstars you love.
We don't get mad, we get even. We don't go home till we beat them. This is our time, we ain't leaving. Give me the crown undefeated.
Witness the moments you'll never forget. Monday Night Raw, Memphis. Monday, February 16th. Tickets and ringsider packages on sale next Friday.
Grizz fans, defend your home court from pests with Terminix before cockroaches, spiders, and mice show up. Terminix it with your pest-free 365-plus year-round protection plan. Visit Terminix.com today and enter code SAVE50 at checkout to save $50. Terms apply. Go Grizzlies. Yes, CJ?
We can't be having TMZ in studio.
Why
then
not?
Then the rest of the chat personalities
I know,
want to
that's
come
the
through.
problem. But he would
Right.
be an iconic guest.
I mean,
He says some of the craziest stuff.
yeah. Daryl also says crazy
And
stuff.
it's all in caps. Like, it's really hard for me to keep up with the chat during the show because that's a lot of multitasking.
Mhm.
But when TMZ is writing in all caps, sometimes that takes my attention for a hot second, and then I actually am able to read what he is pontificating about within the chat. He or she, I don't know.
They are.
They.
The chat is much more fun with all of the characters are
Yeah.
in there participating.
In there.
In there, yes. Not
Stay
here.
in there.
TMZ, Allen, Reddick, Antoine,
Don't leave anyone out. You
Xavier.
can't start the chat. You
Miss
can't start the
Kim,
chat call out
Bridget.
because then you inevitably miss Kip.
Kip.
Gotta go.
Almost
Nerd
got
901
Kip.
Nick, 369,
901.
E. Lawson. Now
I
I have to
have
go
no
through
clue who
everyone for the day. I
369
don't want
is.
anyone's feelings to be hurt.
Well, sometimes you got to hurt some feelings. E. Lawson. Even the despicable one.
Buckeye boy.
Daryl.
Oh.
But Buckeye
I thought you were
Boy is
just
my
going
guy.
from an Ohio State part. But
No. Like, he's despicable
Oh, you
because he
mean-
likes Buckeyes.
Please,
Yeah,
don't say
terrible.
the D word and his 25,000 burners
but-
that we experience
And we
each and
thought
every day.
that with the changes to YouTube, he wasn't going to be able to switch
But
burners.
by God, I give him a
But he comes
total
in here and
credit.
he
every day.
all of the CJ slurps and swallows
Every
burners.
day.
It's good stuff, man.
Nikki, Wubbs.
Oh, Wubbs,
The professor.
my God, Wubbs, oh my gal,
See,
Wubbs.
This is what happens. This is what happens.
That's Xavier. The professor is Xavier.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Ben. Yeah, we got some good chat members. So
We
shout
do.
out to
Shout out to the
again.
chat.
If you're not in the chat, hop your ass in there because a whole lot of fun happening right now. Last I checked, TMZ is trying to explain to me how Jaylen Brown is a low-budget Tyreek Evans. So like that's what we got going on.
That's why it's
over
got to
here.
stay in the chat.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gotta stay in the
why
chat.
we-
All right, we got to do our RAGGOWs because we have a special guest coming in. So these are going to be RAGGOWs on hyperspeed. Number one, Indiana, Oregon. Duh. We have one college football playoff game this weekend. We have one college football game. It is dwindling down to the end of the college football season. Last night made me sad, but it also made me happy because we get 5 straight games of football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's like one last hit of absolute football, sweet drugs, and then you start weaning off and having to go cold turkey, and it's a tough time. But Indiana, Oregon should be great tonight. We've already seen it once this season. No matter who between them makes it to the national championship game, if one of them were to win the national championship, we would have a first time ever champion. And I am just excited for this game. I really am. I think back on that first go around during the season, and if there's one thing that stands out to me, it's how many times Indiana was able to sack Dante Moore. I think it was 6. I think he was sacked 13 times all season, and 6 of them came against Indiana. Indiana is the juggernaut. Indiana is the 1 seed. Somehow they still mentally come forward as an underdog because it is Indiana football, and we just do not operate from a point of being able to think of Indiana, the Hoosiers, as the team that should, could, will win it all. But Indiana is the team that should, could, and likely will win it all.
Yeah, best team in college football. That's my game of the week as well in college football.
Weird.
Surprising, shocking. This is gonna be good football, man. I'm excited to sit down and give it a gander. Vance, shout out to
Alexandra.
Alexandra.
And she brings up a great point. The only good thing about football dwindling is then you can start watching your shows. Because I had a hard time yesterday.
Caught up on all my shows.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I made it halfway through episode 3 of Heated Rivalry, and that is an episode of television.
Was it that episode where it pops off?
It's just a nice episode of TV.
Okay, so then
Like the first 2 episodes, I think, are pretty shock value. I'm not trying to take away from them, but you're kind of entering into the space and understanding what that show is going to give you. But episode 3 is the first time I have sat down and been entranced by a storyline focused on two characters who were not the main characters of the first two episodes.
All right, then it's episode 4. It pops off.
Well, we'll find out.
Episode. When you watch episode 4, just the first 5 minutes or so.
Oh, it's the first 5 minutes.
Like it's bow. It comes on and we're straight to that.
Anyway, I was really upset that I had to miss my friend's Traders Watch party last night, that I wasn't able to get down in the pit with Dr. Robbie. The pit. Next time.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Indiana, Oregon. We're all watching it.
All right. Next game.
I forget what I pulled a CJ.
Okay. Oh, it's me and it's you. It's Bills Jaguars. That's what's next.
Oh, we both have Bills Jaguars. I love when that happens. I love when we're on the same page. What a beautiful game.
I mean, it's the best player remaining in the playoffs.
And one of the hottest teams in football right now. 8 straight wins for the Jags. The Bills, notoriously 0-4 with Josh Allen as quarterback on the road in playoff games. One of those streaks will have to give. Yes, CJ?
0-4. Do you know the teams he played?
Chiefs, Bengals.
I think it was all
Chiefs.
I think it was all Chiefs. I
All
think the
Chiefs on that?
Bengals
Were at
loss
home?
was at home.
Okay.
I think all 4 were the Chiefs.
Well,
And Patrick Mahomes ain't walking through that door.
Joe Burrow ain't walking through that door even for the home loss.
Yeah,
But you want to know who is?
Who?
Trevor Lawrence.
Nah.
Playing out of his mind.
That doesn't strike the same sort of
He's
fear.
been dealing. He's finally ascended into what all of the analytics. You know, there's people on the internet who are part of the Justin Herbert tribe.
Yes.
Me. There's another tribe that has been
I can't believe he
around
has a tribe.
Trevor Lawrence.
I can't believe he has a tribe.
He really does.
I can't believe
like
that.
every year because my husband is really, really diligent at fantasy football preparation. And so I'm a benefactor of a lot of guides for the fantasy football season. And every year, those people are so in. This is the year for Trevor Lawrence. And it's fallen short. And they finally went off of him this last year. It's just not going to happen for him. And now it's happening for him. Okay. And that Jags defense. I think the biggest storyline, so much gets made of the quarterback battle always, but the actual biggest storyline is that Jags run defense against James Cook.
Megan! Come here, girl.
She's here!
Come here, let's go. Bills Jags. Yeah, we like that.
Yeah. Bills Jags. All right, what's
Come
next?
here.
What's next?
Yes, sit down.
Yeah,
Packers
come
Bears.
Sit down. Come on, sit down. Packers Bears. Okay, go give Lane
whatever.
a hug.
Then why come in here?
Because she wanted to say hi. Because she was here. Packers Bears. That's a rivalry game. They've played a lot of times in their lifetime against one another.
Packers have dominated this series here since the turn of the century and since 2020. I think the Bears have only beat the Packers twice since 2020. So
yes.
Yeah.
But both teams have won their home games this season. I wouldn't say anyone's going into the season with confidence or the postseason with confidence on the Green Bay Packers. And meanwhile, the Bears have been Caleb Williams might just be learning how to do this. Bears, as Megan's here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
What up, Megan?
You don't get a hug, CJ.
I
sorry.
don't. That's fine. Next game for me is going to be a doozy.
We're going through these games at rapid speed.
Turn your mic on. We're going Chargers Patriots.
Oh, you guys got
let's
this.
just see what's going on with Herbert.
I specifically told Megan she did not have to talk about sports things if she came in. That she can talk about her life and entertainment and pop culture. And she's going to have PTSD if she jumps in that chair. And we're like, Megan, what do you think about Chargers Patriots coming up this weekend? She's going to see ghosts.
Like, oh,
like old Josh Allen. Anyway. Okay, what was my other game? Oh, mine were Bills, Jackson, Bears, Packers. So what's your other game?
Oh, so you didn't send a fourth game?
No, I sent 3.
It's the last RAGGOW. In
I
my
know.
fourth game, Rams Panthers. Last time these two teams played in Carolina, where this game will be, the Rams got Matthew Stafford's worst performance of the season, 3 interceptions, but they still almost won. I can't imagine it'll be something like that this go around. It's going to be fun to see. The Panthers are a team where if I just had money to blow, I'd put money on the
Just
Panthers.
for funsies?
To win it all.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, but there's something about them that they feel real team of destiny-ish to me. I don't know why.
That's bizarre.
It is. And
I'll let you have that.
And I'll not going to hop all the way on that Panthers bandwagon because, again, that bandwagon is real raggedy. It's rolling on 4 hubcaps, so I'm going to stay off of it. But
901 Tiger fan said, no love for the Niners, and Chris L is a Niner fan. Yes, Chris Luther is a Niners fan. You want to know the best part about having to be at Grizzlies Nets on Sunday afternoon?
What?
I don't have to watch Niners Eagles with Chris Luther. It's a miracle. All right, number one question in the chat is...
I was going to say that I was going to be there.
Well, also that.
See, I started videotaping.
And it said it's me dunking on my husband.
Yeah.
We'll also have the chance to be with Megan on Sunday. The number one question in the chat is, does Meghan Triplett still put ketchup on her salads? I'm going to make the people wait That's called a tease in the business. We'll come back. We'll ask the important questions. We'll catch up with Meghan after a quick break.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzlies stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Tell me about being a rookie in the NBA. What has that been like so far?
The coolest part is, having a class with you they're all rookies. So if you go to an NBA game, you kind of know a lot of the guys that are rookies there because you went through that process of draft workouts, playing against them in college and stuff. So I think it's cool to have that camaraderie.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Every Saturday this season, $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition Grizzlies hoodie. 4 different hoodie designs dropping across 4 Saturday games. Not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your shot to collect all 4 designs. Grab your tickets and gear up now at grizzlies.com/Saturday.
Welcome to Rise and Grind with Jessica and Meghan, live on GrindCityMedia.com. Now, here's your hosts.
Actually, it's to reminisce of the good old times.
No, I did not. I found it real quick.
We don't delete anything in
We
this
deleted
place.
it off of the computer, and then I just re-downloaded it.
That should be my ringtone when I call you.
Oh, yeah, Megan, because you call me so much.
I'm gonna start
You call me so
I'm
much.
gonna start calling a lot more if that's my ringtone.
Well, then it would really mean something because
Yes.
you get to hear that great little jingle every time that it
Exactly.
comes through. All right, most important question up first. Do you still put ketchup on your salads?
I do.
It's insane.
I do. But here's the thing. And I know I don't go to restaurants and do it. It's really particularly only really at Zaxby's.
Okay.
Like, because the restaurants, it's kind of embarrassing.
Is there a Zaxby's in New York?
No.
I
That's
didn't
why
think
I come home.
So it's a home thing.
Yeah, and like if I make a salad at home, I'll do it.
Okay.
But at restaurants, I don't order salads because I'm like nervous to do it in front of people.
That's fair.
Because everyone, because once I shared it right here at this desk, I realized that it was such a big weird deal.
You never knew before that.
I didn't think it was weird. Like I told you, it's kind of like
it's like a tomato.
It's like but it's also like a lettuce wrap.
Yeah.
I was gluten free for a while, and so I started to get lettuce wraps, and I was like, I put ketchup on it, then I was just started chopping it all up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like a salad. And then it became a thing.
I feel like you could really blow up on TikTok if
I
you
started
started doing something along these lines. Because it would be like partial. I mean, it's your truth.
Yes.
But for others, it would be peak rage bait. Like people would think that there is
So
no way
weird.
that you're actually doing this.
I don't think
but
I've
you
shared
would-
it to
you would
like.
just do it.
Haven't shared it to my Nets New York family yet. I haven't
Oh.
shared that part of my life. I mean, I have. They know that I eat weird things because on the plane they give you peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with peanut butter and jelly.
Yes.
But sometimes they don't like specify if it's grape or strawberry. So I had to get someone to like taste it for me sometimes because as you guys know, strawberries
Not
and
your
red things
Yeah.
besides ketchup is like a fear of mine. But I'm not here to talk about my food.
Well,
The
we
food
just
is
love
still
that
here.
you're still you. I am curious because
What happened to the Zaxby's on Union?
Somebody,
so many-
somebody burned it down somehow.
I know. I was here a couple months ago, and I tried to go.
Yeah, they after demolishing somebody's apartment,
Yeah, CJ has lots of feelings.
somebody
on Zaxby's
burned it
forever.
down.
Okay, but they did put a Zaxby's on Perkins, which is like.
You come back home to Memphis.
She knows where.
That's a hot. I mean, like I get mad when they put places. I'm like, because there's not a Zaxby's like really like East Memphis, like
Right.
Oak Court area. So you had to go out of your way if I ever wanted a salad from there. But that's like prime location, right across from Nordstrom Rack. So I go to Nordstrom Rack.
Right.
and
You still go to
Zaxby's.
Envy?
I don't go to Envy. I started to go to. Remember, right before I left, I started going to Germantown, the one by Trader
Oh, that's
Joe's.
right. Yes.
Got a girl there.
I can't think of the name of it. Okay.
I go to Holly.
Every time I go to Envy, I think of you because they were a
I know,
machine
they're fast.
there.
They're really,
I
really
tried to go to a
fast.
different place, and I was like, I don't have time for these other places.
I know.
I got to go back to the Meghan Triplett stamped Envy nails by the Nordstrom Rack, which I went to the other day. So that's why
I
that
did
was
too.
fresh on the mind.
My mother and I went there.
You've been able to spend the whole week here.
I have.
Which is great.
Yes.
You're able to still spend a lot of time.
I'm
Memphis.
here a lot. I'm here
Yes.
a lot. I spend like a lot of my summers here, and like any break that I get, they usually give me off. They'll try to give me off a couple of games before we play the Grizzlies, so that way I can
That's
get
very
to
nice.
spend time home. And they always try to give me off the week of my birthday, so it just worked out perfectly that both
Both
were
of
all the
those were
same
in one thing?
right? So I got to spend a week here, got 2 games off, and I'll be working the game on Sunday.
Wait, what did you do for the birthday?
I was on a flight to Memphis. Yes, I'm still like mourning the loss of Houston's, which I know that the whole city of Memphis is.
Yeah, but now it's a great city silo.
No, but behind it though, it's not. Houston's is still there. It's gonna. They're,
I
they're
thought-
about to demolish it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Anyway,
They
I just go that area
expand
for
it.
city
They just
silo
expanded
now.
city silo. Yeah. So usually every birthday I go to
I'm so
Houston's when I
sorry.
come home. But we went to Venice Kitchen.
Oh,
Today. They have
nice.
amazing fries. which
I
I've
love
experienced several
Venice
times before, but the fries are really good.
So we're still on fries.
Oh yes.
You're still you.
Oh yeah. Do you
What's-
think that was gonna change?
I don't know. Some people move to the big city and then they become a semi-different person.
Oh no.
What is is there one thing that you do find different about yourself now that you've lived in? How long have you been in Brooklyn? 3 seasons?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. I eat more pizza. I've become like a pizza snob. Yeah, I have become a pizza snob. Oh, and I love jalapenos. I found that out.
Oh, you didn't like spicy food.
I did. Now I'm like obsessed with jalapenos.
Now you put jalapenos on everything.
I hate honey on anything else, but I love honey on pizza.
Oh, that's a
But
good-
don't put honey
good
on
addition.
anything else for me. But so that's different for me.
Okay. Where's your favorite
I
pizza
do not like
spot?
honey. Like whenever you have to, when you get sick, and like, oh, put honey in your tea. It is like torture. But honey on a pizza?
You're
oh,
in
and a
for it.
jalapeno? Oh,
I
I
put
am in
honey
it.
on my oatmeal.
Ew.
Yeah. I do like peanut butter and honey sandwiches sometimes.
that's
yeah, I
gross.
know.
The
If
kids
you
like
don't
that.
like honey, that would be weird. But they
Yeah.
have Uncrustables that are peanut butter and honey.
Oh, do they?
I used to not like jelly. We shared the same thing on the
yeah.
strawberry side of things. I like grape jelly, so I like the grape Uncrustables. But I
Yes.
used to always get the peanut butter and honey Uncrustables.
Oh, I didn't know they had honey.
Do you have a pizza spot? Like your
Um,
go-to? Or does that feel rude to be making you pick one?
It's hard to pick one, but so like the place that I go, it's actually a chain now, and they actually have one in Nashville and I think in Atlanta. I love Emmy Squared. Emily's and Emmy Squared.
Yes.
It's like my go-to probably because I love their colony pizza, which is like the first time I actually had honey on a pizza. I like artichoke pizza. They only take cash, so that's kind of hard sometimes. There's a few.
There's
Mama
even an
Two's.
artichoke pizza in the airport now.
There is. There is one. There is one there. Yeah. Mama Two's is really good. I'm always searching for jalapenos and honey.
Okay.
I know
This is
it's
a strange development.
Oh, another good one is I'm blanking on the name, but it's in Lower East Side, and it's so amazing. And they have their pepperoni they have beef pepperoni, which I try to do too. So
Are those the little like tiny ones that like
Yes.
roll up on the sides?
Right.
Those are my favorite pepperonis. Yeah, but they're like specifically.
Specific, like different types.
Again, it's pizza snob behavior.
But you know who does not call me when she comes to New York City?
Oh,
I mean, she's the only one who goes. It's Jessica. I never go to New York. It's Jessica.
I feel like CJ would call me. You would hit me up. You would at least ask me for like food spots.
Yeah.
Because like, what you know, it's hard. You know, what's hard to find in New York? Soul food.
Oh yes.
True, authentic Southern soul food.
There's no Southern hands in New York.
There's no fried okra.
Anywhere?
Do you guys know that I have?
Anywhere?
No. Let me tell you guys. It is sad the amount of grocery stores I have gone to find frozen fried okra. Because I don't like to fry it. I don't like to like bread it myself. It's too much work. Frozen fried okra is really, really hard to find. Okay. And so like I have like gone on like a search. Like I have like searched on several. I've gone to several grocery stores. Did the small stuff. I've actually searched on like Uber Eats and DoorDash fried okra. There's one place that's all the way in the Bronx though. Okay. And I did do that. And by the time I got it was very cold. I really appreciate them like delivering it for me though. But yeah, fried okra is really hard to find. Yeah.
Wow.
It's really tough.
It's so strange that that's the case because it is a city where you can get food from anywhere.
Yes, but apparently Southern, like you have a lot of like Jamaican soul food or the Caribbean style soul food, which is like I'm okay with. But the true authentic Southern soul food, like Southern Hands, had it yesterday, of course. But like the true authentic Southern food's really, really hard to find.
Went up to New York as a younger person and sat down at a restaurant like, okay, we're gonna bring you something to drink. What would you like? I was like, oh, let me get sweet tea. Like what? What is that? What is that? We have tea and we have sugar on the table. You can drink that. I was like, oh no, you don't understand sweet tea. How do you not have? You have everything, all of these wonderfully delicious, delectable food items. And you're telling me I can't get a sweet tea in this multicultural place, all these different ethnicities blending together in a true melting pot sort of way. You're telling me I can't get sweet tea that's already sweetened? Get out of here. And got mad at me for asking. You know how they do up there, get real sniper like, oh, we don't do that here. Well, I almost cursed. Well, person, you better start doing it because that's what I want to drink. They are ridiculous up there.
I love New York, though.
Falafels and gyros.
And you have now joined the territory of, like, it's so hard when you go to New York to see everybody in New York. So now you are one of my many friends who doesn't get
a phone call. I'm not mad about it because I truly,
was a wedding,
understand.
And the last one was my mom and I going to see 3 shows in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So those were the last 2. But the next time I take an extended trip, which we do
she doesn't
go
call
every
me.
year.
She doesn't call me. I see it on Instagram
all
the time.
I looked at the
I'm
net schedule. I saw where you were. But yes, I will absolutely the next time go get pizza with you in New York City. You like living there though?
I do love it. Like
because I think some people really like they'll move there and then they find that it's not the thing for them. But I love that you have found like a home away from home there.
No, I do. You know, my sister's there. My sister's in Harlem and I'm in Brooklyn. So that like really helps a lot. You know, my other good friend Maria, she's in Upper West Side. So it's kind of like it's really great for us all. We have like a little you know, just like a little family. Like we spent Thanksgiving together. But I love Brooklyn, especially. So I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm like a true Manhattan girl, but I do go into the city for sample sales. You'll see me there for a sample sale any day, all day. I still go to Costco. The Costco in Brooklyn is a full experience. I should post that more, if anything. But I do love it. I get the best of both worlds. I feel like I come here for like my southern slow-paced life and the family life. And then New York gives me a whole other experience, like, you know, no car, the subway, and just kind of getting around.
For people who don't follow the Nets in and out and in between every day of the NBA season, for people who aren't searching the Nets on NBA League Pass, how would you categorize this season for you guys?
This season's been surprising. Okay. So it's been a very surprising year. I know going into the season, everyone's been using the word rebuild and kind of what that looks like. And I think what the normal rebuild looks like, it's not that. I think the Nets are going a different dynamic with it. Obviously, you have a lot of rookies. You have 5 rookies. You have the 5 draft picks, which was like historical. And that's been great. And kind of seeing how they're going to play that out. But then like the emergence of Michael Porter Jr., I know he's been Michael Porter Jr. in Denver, but he's like different. As like the number 1 option, he's been great. And like putting up like crazy numbers and then seeing him play alongside the young guys and him being that leader, it's been kind of like a really fun, surprising year. And then you still got to figure out what's going to happen with Cam Thomas. He's been injured, but when he's out there too, he's like a bucket getter as well. And so you have these like big wins where you're kind of like, huh? You know, usually you see rebuild, people are just thinking, you know, not a lot of wins, not a lot of great games. You know, you're still very, very much entertained and still trying to figure out how it's going to play out. I know this is the time of year because, like me, I've been traumatized as well from a lot of trades. This is like the January, February has been like one of those times where
You're
I'm like
traumatized by trades. Grizzlies fans are traumatized by injury reports. Everybody
you
has
guys
their
are,
trauma.
yes.
You know when the injury started?
When Meghan left?
It was to me.
Did
it was
you,
not.
Are you controlling the voodoo doll?
You'll find something.
Well, Meghan, wait, Meghan, when did you leave?
I left. What year was that? 2022.
Jessica.
Yeah.
When
did the injury start?
That next year. We haven't had a fun season.
So was it me?
Left.
I mean, I heard the
Meghan?
comments I heard the comments from Dylan Brooks the other night too. My parents went to that game and I saw what his thoughts of like how
moved too
things
fast,
has transpired and how things have gone. But there's a lot of injuries in the NBA. I know that the Grizzlies have it pretty tough. I saw the injury report for tonight.
For the Thunder
as well. This is going to be two games where you're going to be looking at. I mean, we played the Magic the other night.
That game was crazy.
That game was crazy. And we've had guys in and out, and then we play Denver. Denver's going through it too with their injuries. I mean, like I think Orlando would be different if they had. I mean, Paulo Banchero getting back. Franz Wagner, he's been in and out. Like, it's like there's been so many like big time players that you wish you could see a lot. But the Grizzlies injury report list is
It's a sad state of affairs.
It's hard.
It's also been really tough because the Thunder don't pose this risk tonight, which is great for the Grizzlies, but it's been death by former Grizz. Like, You're well familiar, as a genuine Grizzlies fan, you know what Grizz killers are, but now the Grizz killers have morphed into former Grizzlies players. So they got the Jake LaRavia, Marcus Smart experience in LA, follow that up with Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen and even Jordan Goodwin. And now I look at Sunday and I'm like, you cannot let Zaire Williams go scorched earth on this team.
And you know, Zaire, it was last year. Zaire had an amazing game against the Grizzlies here, and Zaire just got moved. He just got moved to the starting list the last game. So against the Magic, he took Terrence Mann's starting position. And I think for the Nets, it doesn't mean because Jordy Fernandez is trying things out. That's why it's been a lot of things have been surprising. He's trying things out. There's so many guys who are playing great, and he has no issue being like, okay, well, let's see how this will look. Let's see how this rotation could look. And I do think that a lot of that has to do with you just don't know who's going to be here in a couple of weeks. You just don't know how things are going to play out. Injuries is a big thing too. The back-to-backs are big. So Zaire did start. He had a really, really good game against the Magic. So it could be like amping him up. They do play the Clippers tonight in Brooklyn. So I'm always like, you just never know kind of like how things will play out. And when we play you guys on Sunday, it's a back-to-back for us. So we played Dallas on Monday. And so like Cam Thomas hasn't been playing in back-to-backs. Nick Claxton, he was out for some personal reasons. He's been on minutes restriction. So would he be off of that? So a lot of things could fluctuate for the Nets as well. So I'm just saying like, there's a lot of things to look at. So how things could very well play out, I have no idea. But I know Zaire does love coming back home. Like I know when I talk to Zaire, he's always talking about, you know, obviously like he's a California guy. He's a dad now too.
I heard that.
Yeah, he's a dad now. He's like, it's in a way we're getting so old, but also we're seeing them get older too. And it's like, oh, life, we're all just growing up.
It amplifies the age.
I know.
People are reminiscing in the chat.
Okay.
They're trying to remember the segment names. There was Morning Sip. What was the pop segment?
Were they all sips? No, they weren't all sips.
Was it Daily Pop?
Daily Pop?
The Daily Grind?
Daily Grind.
Was it Daily Grind?
That was one. We were very into the like
Pop of the
Morning
Pop of the
was
morning.
one. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it was Daily Pop.
No, it was the Morning Sip. Oh wait, we
The
just
morning
said that.
morning sip was
morning
first,
thing.
but the pop segment had a name.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it either. Now we're all going to have
What's
to
your
go look
favorite
it up.
pop culture story right now? Are you still as invested in entertainment news?
I am. I'm like slowly still invested right now. I'm like I got like unfortunately really invested in the mom group thing with like
we talked about
with the Hillary Duff, Ashley Tisdale,
Meghan Trainor,
Mandy Moore. I saw Chessie Handler speak about it the other day. So I was like, but like I didn't want to get involved in that. I didn't want to get invested in it.
Actively, when the Cut article came out, also I don't have a subscription to the Cut, and the Cut always seems to have the like buzzy type op-eds or articles that then cause a lot of internet discourse. And so I never am able to read the full article. So the Ashley Tisdale like piece comes out. I don't read it. I see a couple TikToks about it. I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Right.
And then I had to dive in after the Hillary Duff husband post, and I was mad about that because I had actively avoided this dumb story.
Really,
and now like Meghan Trainor made a video. Yeah.
It's really. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved. But lately, the last like 48 hours, I did get invested in that. Last weekend, it was the whole Alex Earl, Tom Brady.
Yes.
And I was also like St. Bart's. Like I didn't know like that was a thing.
Apparently
like,
now there was a rash that's going around from St. Bart's.
I saw that. Like so, it's just like so. There's. I guess I am still invested a little bit.
Lightly.
Lightly
you dabble.
involved. I do dabble.
You dabble.
I do dabble. But when you don't have to talk about it anymore,
right? You're just able to consume.
I'm able to consume, take it in, and then like okay, moving on to the next thing.
Yeah. Are you watching anything good on TV right now?
I mean, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is really good. So I'm gonna be Real Housewives like through and through. Anything on Bravo, but I really like Palm Royale on Apple TV.
I haven't watched the new season, but I liked the first season.
It's like I would wait until all the episodes come out. I think it's better to be able to binge.
Yes.
This summer I got really sick. I had COVID this summer, and like I was really really late into watching Reasonable Doubt. Like very very late into that game. Got really invested in that, and that just ended as well. I don't feel like Emily in Paris didn't annoy me as much this season.
When she went to Rome.
It didn't annoy
me.
This
season.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I just want good TV, and we've fallen off of like I think we've fallen
you on
off
The Pit?
of good TV. I've never watched The Pit.
It's so good.
Is it?
I feel like you would like it. You
Okay.
also might like Traitors.
That's
reality.
That's
and there's
reality,
a lot of Bravo
right.
people.
Right. I need to understand. I don't quite understand the concept, but I need to like.
I think you might
enjoy it.
It's the only reality show that I watch now. I have been brought into the reality sphere thanks to the Traitors.
Real Housewives. I thought I would have brought you guys in by now.
I watch so much.
Like I've been
Football
like
is my Real Housewives.
I gotcha.
You know, and like Chris and I watch so much TV together. I think that has hindered me from ever diving.
You
all
can't
the way
watch it with
in.
them, yeah.
I watched that first half of the first half of the first season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and if there was ever anything that almost got me, it was that.
It's still so.
And
good.
I have FOMO for that one. Like when people talk about that show, I generally am upset that I don't watch
good.
it.
It's not great TV, but it is the TV that you just need to laugh at. Like it's like really good TV.
Yes.
Yeah. I know you guys have already talked about it, but I did stay up late and watch college football. Yeah. Well, I'm at home, so you know, I'm at home, so like. I do dabble in college football still. I don't watch it every day like we used to do every week, but when it gets to the playoffs, yes. And you know, my mom went to Ole Miss, and we have Ole Miss ties. You know,
she
my family's
devastated?
she was family ties in Oxford, so it was heartbreaking. I actually really really wanted it for them, and that was drama that I loved. Like that, like for college football to have that type of drama, that was reality. Real Housewives, Lane Kiffin, I was here for it. So like I don't root for Ole Miss all the time, but for once I was like rooting hard for Ole Miss, not just because my mom went there.
Yeah, I don't find myself rooting for Ole Miss often, but even I was fully in on the funniest thing possible would be for them to win a national championship.
It's been
and
so
for
amazing.
Lane Kiffin to have to give some
and he was gonna say something. You know he was.
Yes,
inevitably.
inevitably.
And even the scene of him walking out to the women's basketball game.
Yeah.
With
Kim.
I was just like, this is amazing. This is the drama that we need in life and sports.
Who needs Real Housewives when you have
that was epic.
College football and things that happen like that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Every time I see you, you tell me that you're going to travel more. So where's the best place that you traveled in the last year?
I didn't do anything this
Megan!
year. I know. I said that too, didn't I? I did say that. I did.
You did.
I think when it happened is we went to Venice and Paris.
Right.
And that was now 2 years ago almost.
Okay.
I feel like I felt like, okay, Megan, we're gonna do vacations. Like I'm here for a vacation, y'all. That was the last vacation I went on. So like
we gotta start planning the next one.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know.
We can go to Hot Springs. It's over the bridge.
We can do that.
Let's go to Hot Springs.
I said Spain because our head coach Jordy Fernandez is from Spain.
Hot Springs, Spain, one and the same, really.
It's the same thing. Well, you made me think about it. Our head coach is from Spain. He always speaks about how amazing his town is, Barcelona, and so I keep saying like I need to go to Spain because that's just fresh in my mind. But you know, like anything in my life, it's a tab open in my brain. And the only place I keep going to is good old Memphis.
Okay,
so.
hear me out. Not that I'm inserting CJ and I into your vacation plans, but what if we took a group trip to Seattle?
Okay.
And went to, again,
Oh, yeah, we did go there. Yes. Well, technically, we were in Tacoma, right?
Yeah, technically.
That's
Good
the
job.
town.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes. But we flew into Seattle International Airport, SeaTac. What if we went to a Seattle Storm game and supported Sonia Rahman
We
in
should.
her first year as head coach of the Seattle Storm.
I love that. I'm here for it.
Can we go?
I am
Can we
here
go?
for it.
Can we go to Tacoma?
And go to your favorite spot?
Go to Hobnob? Can we go to Hobnob?
Whenever you do this, I always check to see if
It's still
Hobnob is
around.
still
I
open.
looked last week for some reason. Hobnob is still around.
It is. It's open right now.
Because Megan, so I don't
It
think
is
you
still
know
there.
this, Jessica. I think it's the day after your wedding. Y'all are off doing whatever y'all are doing. We have breakfast with Megan at the nice hotel we're staying in.
Okay.
They had the doors. You had to have a card to get
Oh,
in.
yes, I remember.
And my card wouldn't let me in. Megan's like, no, I'll just open the door for you because I'm a member. And we go in there. It's a delicious breakfast. We eat it. I'm like, Megan, everybody doesn't get in here. She's like, no, CJ. Everybody gets in here. You just have to have a card. Go tell them that your key card's not working. And I go the next day because Megan had left by then. I go the next day and Megan's no longer there to get me in. I go to the front desk. They're like, yeah, that's only for our most exclusive
That's not what
Platinum
they
Plus
said.
Plus
That's
Plus
not what
members.
they said.
That's
It was
basically
a-
what
it
they
was a
said.
Marriott
And
Rewards,
that's-
whatever.
and-
All you have to do is give them your email and you have access.
Do not listen to CJ. CJ makes up
y'all are
stories.
playing.
No.
Like, listen, that is exactly what
It was
happened. There was
first of
something
all-
exclusive for just the triplets. I say all that to say, had
whole family's included.
that not happened, we would have never discovered Hobnob. That's how we end up at Hobnob.
That's how we got here.
That's how we got there.
Yeah.
And now
Because I left, but you found your that was perfect. Because I left, you found your perfect spot in Tacoma, Washington.
And now we'll go to Hobnob. We'll go support the
Right.
Storm. We'll go to Climate Pledge Arena.
Yes.
And watch Sonia Rahman coach the Sonics.
I know.
Who
I'm so
says
happy
no?
for her.
You know,
we're gonna miss her at the Liberty, but
yeah.
I'm so happy for her.
It's
well
been
deserved.
so cool to watch her journey from assistant here to the
Yeah.
Liberty to now being a head coach.
I mean, I have to say this. Like the Grizzlies produce like just great talent.
Yes.
Like on the court, behind the scenes, we've
Yeah.
seen it. Like obviously we are it. Look at us. But there's also a whole lot of more people too that I think people do not see. That they're like the Grizzlies produce
Yeah.
so much great talent. A lot of great things come out of Memphis. And whether it's like you leave and come back, I did that twice. So you can leave and come back, or you can like stay and still like thrive. And so everything great comes from here.
Have you done anything new in Memphis, or are you like just so committed to your spots?
That's a good question. Have I done anything new in Memphis? I feel like I have, but I can't think of anything right off the top of my head of like where we go. I know my family, I feel like we go to the same
You have
stuff.
your favorite spots.
Yeah.
So when you're home.
I will say, like, I know from my sisters, like now I have 2 sisters that live here, and obviously you guys know the plethora of kids. Now there's 6 kids. That's why I keep coming back all the time. The Petals place.
Little Petals.
Little Petals. Like, I know
Love
that
Little
is like, that is a huge thing in our
Go-to.
family. I have not gone.
We
you
have
know,
one
really
downtown,
particular.
too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then there's like a to-go spot in East Memphis. I know
Yep.
the Cordova one. Like, that's like, for
They
our
expanded
family.
so fast.
That's
They're
the
so
thing.
popular.
I have not been able to. I have not gone yet, but I heard they have really good green beans. So you know how I feel about my crunchy green beans. Yes.
Green beans, French fries.
It's still the same.
Remember when we went to Idaho?
We went to Idaho.
We
That
went to
seems like ages
Idaho.
ago. I know.
It was like a lifetime
I felt so special and so popular, and then
gave us a
they don't even
gift
call
bag.
us anymore.
Well,
I
the
mean,
one woman who worked there, we're friends with
I
her
still
on
follow
Instagram.
her,
I follow
yeah.
her. She follows me. I think she follows you.
Yes.
And she'll like my stuff sometimes. But I don't think she's even with them anymore.
Oh no.
But every time I see something like the potato bowl.
Yeah, you think
like,
about it.
Do they think about us?
Seriously,
Do they think about that trip?
For that reason, I still eat instant mashed potatoes. When you go to Costco, it's the best value pack is to get the box of instant mashed potatoes. It'll last me a long time. And because of all of this, I now am a believer in instant mashed potatoes that I now eat it.
You want to know? I cannot for the life of me remember who I was telling this story to, but I was talking about our trip to Idaho because it was something about like being bored and being allowed to be bored and how we're always constantly trying to like fill our time with stuff. And I always think of the guy who worked in the potato factory, the instant mashed potato factory. And they said that they were in there for 8-hour shifts and they could never listen to music because they
Yeah.
had to be tip-top focused so that no one got hurt, nothing went wrong. And I always think there are people in there working for 8-hour shifts without a single note of music being played. And that
Yes.
is one of the most impressive things that I have
that
ever heard.
is.
And I was trying to explain to people, if that man can work in that potato factory with no music, I can stay off social media for 3 hours.
I'm gonna try that.
You
I'm
know?
gonna try to think about it that way. I am.
Are you good with social media these days?
Posting?
I don't mean posting, but like being
Oh
on
God,
it.
because you know that's a no.
You're
a no.
always saying, I'm going to travel.
I'm gonna
and
travel.
This is the year that I
I'm gonna-
really post
and
on
I'm gonna-
social media.
I'm gonna share my life with the world.
I'm going to vlog.
I
You had a good one, though, on that. Wasn't it you with the trip that you took with Maria? That was good content.
What trip was that?
I don't know. It was some beachy thing.
Oh,
There were
thank
pools.
you.
There were palm
I
trees.
did take a vacation. That
There
was
you
the
go.
last vacation.
And you posted about it. That was like a two birds with one stone.
I went to Mexico for the first time. That was a big deal. First
Where'd you
time.
go?
I wish
Do
I
you
could tell
know?
you.
Okay.
Puerto Vallarta? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I think yes. That I didn't count that one because I was forced to go, but I was
Oh, okay.
but that was
If only all of us could be forced to go to Mexico.
I know, but the same reason. Get good friends, good great friends who are
force
like
you to go on a trip?
Who be like, girl, you don't go anywhere.
You know what? I think your content that you made
Yes.
said just that.
Just that. That trip was booked.
been
That trip
forced.
was booked 48 hours before. That's how forced I was to go. It was the off season. I made every excuse about what I had to do. Oh, but I could be in Memphis. You never know. All the type of stuff. Oh, Grandma says hello to Mama Triplett.
Yay!
I saw her.
Mama
I saw her
Triplett cannot watch
yesterday.
this show anymore. Because it's, as someone in the chat earlier said, have you told Megan that the show went from being rated PG to PG-13?
Okay.
To occasionally R, thanks to this person.
You guys don't curse though.
Not me. Couldn't be me.
You don't curse though, CJ. Okay, that's what I'm saying. We don't curse.
Never.
Man, you take your shirt off one time on these airways, and all of a sudden it's shocking content in PIP meetings. And CJ, you can't do that. Everything you do is inappropriate.
Yes. I bet
Come on.
I know Jessica misses me, but I bet the one person who was really excited about doing whatever, Maria's calling me now. She's speaking into existence. The one person that was very excited about me not being on the show is probably CJ. Because he could take his shirt off more and
All the
maybe
time.
say a
So
couple,
wait, hold on,
a couple
wait.
of curse
All
words.
the time.
A couple, because he knows that I was like, no
Oh God,
cursing,
you would have.
guys.
If you had listened to this week's segment with D'Angelo, you would have turned it off immediately and said,
D'Angelo's
"The show
probably
has
happy
gone
that
to
I'm not on the
hell."
show anymore either. He's probably like, oh goodness.
Why?
You
So
know?
you guys could fight again
Yeah,
about
right.
pregnant parking spots again?
Right.
Every
He's
time I
probably
see a
super
pregnant
excited.
parking spot,
Honestly, one of the most
I
iconic
smile
moments
deep
in
inside
the
my
Grind City
soul.
Media morning show.
We talk about
it
that
to this
moment.
day.
Still.
Yeah,
Yes.
anytime the conversation just is like biggest moments to ever happen on the show, the pregnant
That
parking
was
spot
it.
war
Well,
always gets brought back.
Oh goodness.
Well, we're very excited because you get to be here on Sunday.
Yes,
so we'll see you
come
again.
to the game. I know,
Come
like,
to the
I know there's
game.
like NFL games going on, but like,
No excuses.
Grizzlies, Nets.
I think it's supposed to rain, so like come get
For the
inside.
storm. My whole crew's coming, you guys.
Okay.
All the kids. First time ever.
All of them.
All the kids are coming to the first game ever.
Even the baby?
No, not the new
Okay.
one. Not
I
the
thought we were
latest
gonna get like
one.
those. I love
No,
the baby headphones.
The headphones, I
Yeah.
know. The flu's going around, so she's like,
Fair.
first baby. They're like
Extra cautious.
Right, but all the other, the five with the one sister, they're all coming.
We will
so-
see the whole triplet family.
Right, I think they're all Grizzlies fans. So Evan Jr.'s already told me, no, I want the Nets to lose. So he doesn't conceptualize that I have a new job. He'll still say, well, can you just work for the Grizzlies that night? And I'm like, I
Yes.
wish it could. No, it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah. Would you mind hanging out? I'm sure Lang will ask you to do the warm-up show.
I'm checked and booked.
Do the warm-up show. Pop
Booked
in
and
on the
busy.
rewind. Why don't you come up on the double post? You can sit right back in here. We have a post-game show now.
I saw that
Look at my note.
on
Yeah.
X.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys say booked and busy over
Sure
here.
do.
Okay,
Sure
cha-ching.
do.
Hope those checks are coming through.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank
those
you.
checks.
All
If
right.
CJ's still here, I know the checks are coming through.
Yeah. Or he just
Cha-ching.
hasn't
Or
been
CJ is
given 1
lazy.
cent more, as he often says. Give that man 1 cent more. He'll be gone tomorrow.
That's what happened,
You
Megan.
don't
We
even
stopped
have a
making
penny
pennies.
anymore.
So like,
You can't make 1 cent more. It'd have to be a nickel, and your value just is
I am a
hanging right
nickeler,
there.
Jessica.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Megan,
I
thank
know.
you
Bye,
for
you
joining
guys.
us, as always. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you Grizzlies Thunder tonight at FedEx Forum. Come get your Super Grizz bobblehead. Come have a chance at getting your $4,000 Sissy's Log Cabin necklace. We'll see you there.
A log cabin
This
necklace.
has
log
been
cabin
Rise and
necklace.
Grind
Oh, look
with
at that.
Jessica and Megan. Tune in live daily at 8 a.m. or on demand by heading to grindcitymedia.com or Grind City Media on YouTube.